go to war.
Erica Kirk was having an affair, which is why Charlie Cook took her out of the will.
Why has Truman never come close to discovering the truth?
The rituals, the sacrifices, the human sacrifices, the child sacrifices.
Why did the Rothschilds get an island in Antarctica in 1815? Why is it called an emperor penguin?
Natty Card Game has predicted everything in the last 30 years. There's a card, literally, that says Earthquake Projector.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we're back again and it's about to get weird. I'm going to need you lot to fasten your seatbelts, and before we dive into these videos, I'm going to need you to subscribe to the Wax Goes Weird channel. We haven't dropped any videos on that channel for about 2 months. I do apologise. I have no excuses. I've just been slacking when it comes to releasing content on that channel. We are going to start uploading, so don't go anywhere. In this one though, we've got a compilation of videos that are going to make us question everything. They're going to have us scratching our heads thinking, what the hell is going on? That's right, we've got a bunch of conspiratorial clips lined up for this video, so don't go anywhere, fasten your seatbelts, hit the like button, and let's get into it.
Well, nothing to see here. Totally natural, guys. Just Europe's biggest volcano is now erupting in Italy. We've got massive ash clouds that are being blasted into the atmosphere, lava pouring down the sides of mountains, flights are now disrupted as well, and honestly, does nobody else feel like every single week now there is just another major event happening somewhere in the world? Like, one day it's earthquakes, floods, wildfires, then massive dust storms, and now we've got the most famous volcano on Earth waking up again. Like, when are we going to stop and just admit that we're living through some seriously strange times right now? Because it's not just one thing anymore, is it? It feels like the entire world is on fast forward mode, like politically, economically, technologically, environmentally. Everywhere you look, records are being broken. Everything just feels more extreme and more intense. And it also seems like everyone wants to argue over the latest distraction rather than seeing the real shit that's actually going on. Anyway, I can't be the only one who's noticed that this list of once-in-a-lifetime events seems to be getting a lot longer every single week. What do you reckon, guys? Let me know your thoughts in the comments.
We did say it the other day, ever since the 24th, and 24th was meant to be the day where the alien invasion was supposed to take place. Ever since literally that morning, early hours that morning, we have seen mysterious weather conditions take place across the globe.
We're gonna go to war.
It's time that we remove Mr. McNamara.
My mother was killed in a car crash.
Man, I'm ready to die.
Call me Charlie.
Young Drake.
Oh, this is some mad connections being made, boy.
Ducks are dead.
There were so many connections being made in this, ladies and gentlemen, I literally got lost. I don't know what was going on here. We went from Anthony Joshua to the Skull and Bones Society and Mighty Ducks. I don't know how we got there.
Hathaway has been named in the Epstein files. Mainstream media articles haven't picked this up yet, but watch how they will after I post this. As Jeffrey Epstein was arranging a dinner for Bill Gates and really wanted Anne Hathaway there, as well as some artificial intelligence guys and Victoria's Secret models. Let's get into it. So this is February 2nd, where he's speaking to Boris Nikolic, Bill Gates' former advisor, and the person Epstein named as executor for his will, just 2 days before he in prison. In fact, Epstein was so close with him that he talked ish about Bill Gates. He said that Bill was so cheap he left Russian mistress broke and sleeping on a friend's couch. Okay, but back to Anne Hathaway. So Boris is telling Epstein, yeah, these are a lot of good people to invite. Can you get them invited? And Epstein's going to reach out to Peggy Siegel. Remember that witch of a PR person who was really big in Hollywood and got canceled? Okay, so then he emphasizes again, Anne Hathaway, really. I'm guessing it would be Peggy Siegel who's helping him, because who else is going to help him invite celebrities? Anyway, so but throwing it back to 2010, they were having another dinner party. It was like on a Thursday night. And then she had a whole list of people that she was trying to invite, including all these people. Not to say that they all went. Julianne Moore, Kate Winslet, Meg Ryan, Harvey Weinstein, Georgina Chapman, Anne Hathaway, again, boom, boom, with her boyfriend, Adam Schulman, Jimmy Fallon. Okay, all these people, right? Oh, and then she also said, which I made another video about, Katie Couric is coming. I think she's bringing her idiot boyfriend, Brooke. But before Katie Couric had confirmed, she had told Epstein that Katie will only come if Chelsea Handler says yes. And I made a video about that, okay? Because Chelsea Handler had claimed that she didn't even know she was going to Epstein's house. She didn't know he was a pedophile, blah, 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 blah. Bullshit. It was after he was already convicted, okay? In my opinion, allegedly. Okay, but also I have to mention this. Anne Hathaway is mentioned again here in 2010. Like, Peggy Siegel just loves throwing out her name, right? She's like, Anne Hathaway's going to be there with Jake Gyllenhaal and going to go watch 11. She goes, all young girls, all dressed up by Vava Valentino. And she's like, do you want to come?
An autistic woman with mosaic Down syndrome filed a federal lawsuit alleging Black R-worded, assaulted, and severely injured her at Epstein's Manhattan townhouse in 2002, a year before that birthday letter when she was 16. The case remains pending in federal court, though the plaintiff's original law firm was sanctioned by a judge over certain evidence handling in April 2026. If that is in fact true, that of all the allegations I have seen in the Epstein case, that could be the darkest.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, that is, when you get into this conversation of what's darker than what,
yeah, you can't even do that.
It's all bad.
Yeah.
Obviously, we've seen the code words in the email that could be referring to things that now we can't even take off the table anymore. You know what I'm talking about. That's like...
Yeah.
Imagine that, an autistic woman with Down syndrome. Matt Groening designed Mr. Burns and gave him the career that he had in The Simpsons because he was more or less replicating the life of one of the Rothschilds.
People right here ran what they called child nights, and what's even worse is that Child Protection Services were dealing with them for years and never did anything. For years, these children were starved, essayed, put in microwaves, beaten, locked in cupboards, and social workers were seeing them for years. One time when a school nurse visited the house, one of the children cried and begged them not to leave, and nothing was done. Another child begged a social worker not to leave, and once again nothing was done. A social worker saw that one child had 12 rotten teeth before the age of 5, and nothing was done. One of the children would tell teachers they wanted to harm themselves, and nothing was done. 4 years before they got arrested, one of the children was put on a endangered child registry, and nothing was done, and then they were taken off 4 months later without explanation. Neighbors reported seeing the children begging for food in the streets, and nothing was done. Then when all this finally came out, the same social workers who refused to do anything about the children refused to help in the investigation, and nothing was done to them. And don't even get me started on the ridiculous sentencing. All of them got between 8 and 20 years. Forgot to mention this all happened in Scotland. There's so much more to the story that I had to leave out, so if you guys want a more in-depth version, let me know.
If anyone's familiar with this story, do comment down below and leave it in the comments.
Erica Kirk was having an affair, which is why Charlie Cook took her out of the will. So allegedly, the story is that Erica Kirk was having an affair. Charlie hired a private investigator to kind of follow her and see what was going on. And then he took her out of the will. So Turning Point USA, all of the merch, none of that goes to her at all. It just goes to their 2 children. And boy, did they make a lot of money on that merch too. And mind you, he did this before he was assassinated. So I don't know, man. Some people are saying he found out kind of who Erica Kirk was, like who she really is. And that's why everything went downhill. Which is insane, because if you look at photos of them, you're like, that is the perfect marriage. That's the perfect life. They have 2 healthy, beautiful children. I mean, all their family photos look like this. So Erica supposedly starts screaming at the lawyers when she finds out that she was left with no money. But mind you, she was mad that Candace Owens allegedly was making hundreds of thousands of dollars on the assassination and everything going on, telling her side of the story, etc. But mind you, Erica Kirk said And it was recorded that this assassination was the event of a century, but the weird part, other than that statement itself, that was weird. The other weird part is she said, we could pull off the event of a century. That's weird. What do you mean we could pull it off? What do you mean?
The fact that we were able to pull off an event of a century.
Then talking about merch sales, like merchandise, this is what she said.
We had over 275,000 people. I think we're at like over 200,000 for merch sales.
What? I know he left his will to his children, but I think he should have just given some to Candace Owens. I think that would have been funny.
The whole Charlie Kirk situation is extremely questionable. And Erica Kirk, I mean, her actions and the things that she's done since Charlie's sadly lost his life, plenty of red flags, basically. Plenty of red flags. She doesn't come across like the person that most people thought she was prior to Charlie's death.
Late in the Truman Show, somebody finally asks Christoph the only question that really matters. Why has Truman never come close to discovering the truth? And Christoph answers this question without even blinking. He could leave at any time. If he was absolutely determined to discover the truth, there's no way we could prevent him. And then there's the line that should be carved over the door of this entire video. Ultimately, Truman prefers his cell. For 30 years, this bastard Christoph is right. There's no locked door. They didn't even spend money on locks. The budget went to making sure he would never want to check, which leaves the only question that was ever actually yours. And it's not whether or not the world is fake. Plato, the Gnostics, the entire Truman Show movie settled that that's not the question. The question is the one that Truman's entire life story is asking. And I want you to answer it. Do we even want the truth? Because the data on human beings isn't very encouraging.
This is it right here. This is why I don't gamble. I'm just saying, I'm not. You want to play 21 here. Let's put your cards here. And guess what? The table knows who got what. The card machine that's distributing the card gonna mix them and run around and that. Come on, man. I'm not stupid. Y'all keep losing y'all money.
Yeah, this is the reason why the house always wins, isn't it? What? So they ripped that out of a bit of meat. So it's saying that there's evidence that the mRNA COVID-19 vaccines not only contain graphene oxide, but that the graphene oxide is also being transmitted from the COVID vaccinated to the unvaccinated, destroying red blood cells and causing strange blood clots in both. What are we talking about?
The craziest thing about this is the original version is rated R, written by James Gunn, and it's so much darker. I read the entire script and it's insane. So much was cut. They talk about babies in the script, like demons eating babies.
What? Hold on, what? Daphne, you guys, she turns the page. Scooby and Shaggy, love it. Scooby, oh, Rule, oh. Daphne, it's a demon eating a baby's head. What are we talking about? It's a demon eating a baby's head.
The rituals, the sacrifices, the human sacrifices, the child sacrifices, and it just further solidifies that Spooky Island was Epstein Island.
Yeah,
and that was
Spooky Island was Epstein Island. You know, when I first ever watched that Scooby-Doo movie, I felt there was something dodgy about that island. I mean, it was obvious. As soon as they got to the island, mysterious shit started happening. But what I mean is that they were telling us a different story. We just didn't understand it until now.
Same James Gunn that tweeted this. So...
What did he say? The hotel shower is the weakest ever. Felt like a 3-year-old was peeing on my head. James Gunn. Now look at these other comments that he's put up. Oh, fuck off. Who the hell was this guy, blood? You're taking the piss. Who is it? James Gunn.
Yeah. It's also so much about these students, these young kids, being brainwashed to swap their souls, to sell their souls, to swap their souls, because they're the most pure. And
that's what they were showing us in that movie. In that first Scooby-Doo movie with Mr. Bean in it. Exactly what they were trying to show us. And then they had the ritual taking place. And they all partook in the ritual to find out what was going on. And I'm pretty sure it was Scrappy-Doo in that movie that was playing at the demonic being, more or less.
And they have the most light. All the imagery, the symbolism, it's so revealing. It's absolutely insane. When these came out, he was canceled for like a minute. And then he was like re-welcomed with open arms. Shocker, right? Yeah. A woman can't even criticize misogyny on set without getting canceled. But a man can literally say this and then be just welcomed back with a more successful career than before. So this makes it even more sus. Like, did you know about it because you were part of it? Were you trying to expose it? The biggest thing that they were telling us is the monsters are the humans. That's why when you look at all his tweets, it's just like, make this extra sus. You definitely knew a lot. So many references to roofing. This whole scene was cut out when his soul is taken after she's been roofied. And now she's a demon. Super hot, but a demon. In the original script, Shaggy literally makes a comment like, let's unalive ourselves so they don't get our souls. Like, I don't know if we're getting off this island.
So I have my grandma's Bible, printed and published by M. Carey, Philadelphia, 1815. Okay, so we're in Genesis, and pay attention to the word water, okay? Or waters. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep, and the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters. And God said, let there be light, and there was light. And God saw the light, that it was good. And God divided the light from the darkness. And God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. And the evening and the morning were the first day. And God said, let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters, and let it divide the waters from the waters. And God made the firmament and divided the waters which were under the firmament from the waters which were above the firmament. And it was so. And God called the firmament heaven. And the evening and the morning were the second day. And God said, let the waters under the heaven be gathered together unto one place, and let the dry land appear. And it was so. And God called the dry land earth, and the gathering together of the waters called he seas. And God saw that it was good. And God said, let the earth bring forth grass, the herb yielding seed, and the fruit tree yielding fruit after his kind, whose seed is in itself upon the earth. And it was so. So if you go back, okay, in the beginning, and the earth was without form, okay, and the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the water. So water was already there, right? Okay. I just find this very interesting because modern Bibles describe this much differently.
We are getting closer to the Matrix being real every day. Look at this. Scientists say for the first time they have built a cell from scratch.
This round circle here represents a cell built from scratch. It's a one of a kind, and get this, it can feed, grow, and replicate like a natural cell. What do you think about that?
Feed, grow, and replicate like a natural cell. This could usher in the era of made-to-order organisms that function like living machines.
And that's like the great aliens, ladies and gentlemen. Just to quickly pause it right there. The great aliens. We think that the greys are like us, ladies and gentlemen, but they're not. They're biologically made. They're like their version of robots. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, we create robots. These other aliens, whoever they are so advanced that they're creating biological genetic creations like grey aliens, but they're just a bunch of wires inside. What's extremely interesting about the whole grey alien situation, is it a coincidence that ever since we come in contact with these grey aliens, not only is our technology advanced, but we've now been fully introduced to AI. And what is AI? It's a robot, isn't it? Exactly what the great aliens are.
Now, in case you're not grasping what that could mean, let me ask you this. How well do you know your neighbors? How well do you know your family, your husband? Do you think you would know who they were no matter what? Well, remember back in March when there was that startup that pitched the idea of brainless human clones? And then, of course, there's been talk since 2016 of uploading the human mind to a computer, which Elon Musk says is true in that Jeff Bezos would probably be the one to do it. Amazon sure is building a lot of data centers. But anyway, besides the possibility of them being able to create a made-to-order doppelganger of anyone they want, since it's all run by computers and AI, there's the Matrix factor.
Combined with a form of fusion, the machines had found all the energy they would ever need. There are fields, endless fields, where human beings are no longer born. We are grown.
Getting a little too close for comfort if you ask me. Y'all stay safe.
What? I feel like I'm gonna binge The Matrix this afternoon.
Are there any other animals you think are fake?
Penguins, I think, are very mysterious, and I'll tell you why. Fashion is so emblematic of power. Why is a tuxedo a tuxedo? You know, you don't really think about it. You're like, oh, that's a sweet tuxedo. It's like, why the fuck did everyone start dressing like a penguin with a tail? Because they didn't used to. Before, they'd be like colorful. You look at the Medici bankers and stuff. Why did the Rothschilds get an island in Antarctica in 1815? Why is it called an emperor penguin? Why is the reason we can't go there to protect the penguins? Why did John Kerry go to Antarctica on election day in 2016 to check the penguins? What the fuck? Why do penguins hoard shiny little pebbles? And they're all bisexual. And I'm not saying penguins are midgets in suits or anything, but like, I think it's a tell of where some shit is. It would be hard being a central banker. Imagine you lend money to one of these kings for a war. They don't pay you back, so they just kill you. Like, that actually did happen to them. So then you hide the gold, but eventually there could be a revolution. They just take back the gold. So you have to really think, like, where do you put the gold? Antarctica! Where is the one place that the entire world for the last 60 years has agreed that no one can go to for no fucking reason? There was a revolution in France in like 1848, and somebody was like, okay, Rothschilds, we have to tablet up. Where's the gold? And they did give coordinates that it was like Antarctica. Dude, it's called Rothschild Island next to Deception Island. And you can't see it on fucking Google Maps. Like, it's pixelated on Google Maps.
The Illuminati card game, which I've been talking about for years. The Illuminati card game has predicted everything in the last 30 years. There's a card, literally, that says earthquake projector. No. Yes. And they have patents on earthquake simulations. They have all types of things where they can control the weather.
Dude, somebody's on their Bill and Ted. They were going back, you know what we should go back and do? We should go back and set this up, and then, you know, and then the shit just appears.
But again, the card game has predicted 9/11, has predicted COVID, has predicted Joe Biden being a double.
Come on,
has
man.
predicted the Trump assassination attempt, where it says sniper can drop you at any time. And here's the thing, you know what's really weird? So that card game, so that particular card where it says enough is enough on that Trump one, right? Has Trump's face, and it basically shows like kind of like a bullet past his ear, and it looks just like Trump. Enough is enough, where it says on the card, and it says sniper can drop you, enough is enough. That's the last post, enough is enough, that Charlie Kirk posted on his Instagram.
Yeah. And then didn't Trump tweet that after that?
I believe so.
Trump tweeted enough is enough.
I think he did.
He tweeted that.
But it's weird that we're talking about assassination attempts, and one was successful, and Trump's, failed. But enough is enough was tied into that, and that was Charlie Kirk's last post.
That was actually his last post. That's the last thing he said. Somebody got the almanac, literally. Like, what are we talking about?
I mean, that card game predicted everything, and that's in the card game as well, to where it has earthquake projector. So are these earthquakes real, like, natural disasters, or are they artificial disasters? Because again, we talked about this with Elizabeth.
I mean, a lot of people think they're artificial. They were made up.
April, how frequencies. There's natural frequencies, and then there's synthetic frequencies.
She was actually just saying that we're going to see a ramp up in synthetic frequencies too.
You say MK Ultra. Can you kind of go into that a little bit? Isn't that where they basically brainwash people and make them put them under their thumb, you could say?
Yeah, they fragment their brain with torture, electrocution, drugs, LSD, lots of LSD, voice to skull suggestions, making them think they're crazy, and put them under a lot of torture. A lot of torture. They're very fragmented. They've got so many personalities. That's why politicians can just lie. Just like that.
Oh, you think they're under that?
No shame, no guilt, not even blinking. They just lie because they don't know which. They're speaking through the lying, fragmented mind that you know, and so they get activated like that, and so they don't know that. They don't care that they're lying because they're fragmented.
Right. So, are you saying are they selecting these people for MK Ultra when they see their potential, or is it something they're grabbing these younger kids and bringing them through programs?
Both ways. Both ways. They've got a lot of ways of recruiting. They can recruit in churches, Christian churches, universities, schools. They get children's scholarships. You know, some of them they test along the way. You know, you get this reward. Here's a carrot. You know, there you go. You got that. And, oh, wow. And then they see how the individual reacts. If the individual is hungry for that power and they just know the vibration of the person, that they can just say, oh, well, you know, here's another deal.
That's what you got to do next.
How about you go a little bit deeper and where you get more money, but you have to do, you know, certain other things. And we'll keep it secret. And so a lot of people do it.
So true what he says there. A lot of people will do it. They will do it because they don't know any different. All right, let's leave it there. A compilation of videos that have made us question everything. I need to know exactly what you guys are thinking after watching those clips right there. Let me know what your favorite clip was. Maybe there's a particular topic in this video that you wanted me to delve into a little bit more. If that is the case, leave all of that downstairs in the comment section. Nothing but love and respect to every single one of you. Be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're newly watching, and turn those notification bells on. Plenty more videos uploading. I look forward to seeing you guys on the next one.